All right, I'm going to try to multitask and get us all started tonight here in this. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for carving out the time to be with us this evening. My name is Carla Marshall. I am the Executive Director of the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry. I help with everybody. You've probably all emailed me or talked to me at one point or another. For everyone new joining us, welcome. It is so good to meet you. So glad to have you on the call tonight. We've missed you all so very much. Glad and hope that everybody is staying safe and healthy. Just one last time, I promise it'll be the last time I say it. If you are just joining us, if you wouldn't mind renaming yourself, first name, last name, and the city, state, country that you're here visiting us from, that would help us. We have just an amazing webinar planned for this evening. We have some fantastic speakers that we're going to hear from and just really get to know what's going on currently, what the future holds for the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry. And we're just so glad you could all join us and be a part of this. Couple of housekeeping tips. If you wouldn't all mind, right now I currently have everyone muted. So if you would just keep yourself muted during the presentation, just in case there's any of that background noise. If you do have any questions, there is a chat feature at the bottom. You can click chat. Feel free to chat with us. Put any questions in that you might have, any questions as we go along, and we would love if you could stay on just after the finish of the presentation. We'd love to answer any of those questions that you might have. We'll be looking through those chats during the presentation tonight. So that is so exciting, and we're just so glad to be able to present this with to you tonight. So you are on the right Zoom call. If you have logged in, you are here most likely to hear the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry's State of the Union address. We thought it would just be amazing to be able to get together, if not in person, then on Zoom, so we could see all of you and just kind of fill you in on some things that are happening. And we're going to go ahead and get started here. If you are ready, Matt.
I am absolutely ready. I'm going to be taking over for a little bit here, kind of driving the ship. Hello, everyone. I'm Matthew Miller. I run the website and the marketing for the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry. We currently have a ton of people on here. I think we're over 50 people already, which is a wonderful turnout, and hopefully we can just keep on getting more and more. We've got our current president who's going to be coming up and talking to us, Dr. Marc Lazare, who's not only great at what he does as our current president, but he's also become a close friend throughout this process. And of course, Dr. Saul Pressner, president-elect, coming up next year, and he's going to be kind of introducing the game plan for the next year as well. So I'm going to kind of hand it over to Dr. Pressner. Good to see you, my friend, and I'm going to be driving the slides, so if you need to move forward, just let me know. And just so everyone knows also, if you got a question, drop it in the chat. Carla and myself will be monitoring those, and we can field them and answer them as we go along. And we'll also have a question and answer at the end as well. All right.
If you want to just advance to the next slide, I'll get us started.
Working on it.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
There we go. There it is.
Okay, here we go.
All right, let's go.
All right, so coming up tonight, we have an awesome agenda for you. We've got Dr. Marc Lazare. He will be speaking with us, as well as Matt Miller, who you just all met from our marketing department and website. He does all of the special things that you see. And up speaking and presenting to us first, helping us with our mission statement, purpose and vision, and a couple of other tips that we want to hear from is our fellow past president, Dr. Saul Pressner, a personal friend of mine and mentor. I would love, and I am honored to have the privilege of introducing Dr. Pressner. Dr. Pressner received his DMD degree from the Penn Dental Medicine. He then completed a 2-year family dentistry residency at UConn Dental Medicine. He is a fellow of the Academy of General Dentistry, a fellow of the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry, and past president of the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry. Dr. Pressner is a board member of the Dean's Council of Penn Dental Medicine, as well as International Secretary of AFDVI for Dental Volunteers for Israel, where he volunteers regularly. Dr. Pressner has lectured nationally and internationally on biomimetic dentistry to dental schools and study clubs around the world. He is considered a key opinion leader in this emerging field. Please help me welcome Dr. Saul Pressner.
Thank you so much, Carla. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, members of the ABD and all you other people who are viewing our presentation tonight. And thank you especially to Carla, our executive director, who is just awesome. I mean, she really is our force majeure, and she's just done a terrific job. And special thanks to Matt Miller, who has done a great job with our website, and to Marc Lazare, our current ABD president, who he's just doing a wonderful job. I'm kvelling. That's Yiddish for being very proud. So I just wanted to go through a few things to start things off. I wanted to discuss the mission statement, so we can go to the next slide. That's me. And the mission statement of the ABD is to make biomimetic dentistry known and used by our profession for the benefit of all. And we can go to the next slide. This is perfect. That's great. And the purpose of the ABD and vision is to preserve tooth vitality and to promote the use of adhesive dentistry and the minimal reduction of tooth structure rather than utilizing means of mechanical retention form. So I just wanted to digress a little bit. The last part of that first sentence in the ABD purpose and vision, I gave a lecture at my alma mater, Penn Dental, on February 24th, right before the lockdown. And in preparation for that lecture, I canvassed a lot of our ABD mentors, one of whom is Ray Bertolotti. So I said to Ray, what would you like me to impart to the attendees, the faculty and students at Penn Dental Medicine about biomimetic dentistry? And what he said is that we have to have a paradigm shift from mechanical retention to adhesion. So it basically means that what the ABD purpose and vision says is just that, to preserve tooth vitality, promote the use of adhesive dentistry, and the minimal reduction of tooth structure rather than utilizing means of mechanical retention. Due to the methods and techniques and materials we have in biomimetic dentistry, we're able to preserve more healthy tooth structure and just remove the diseased part of the tooth. And that just says it all. That's the crux of it. And biomimetic dentistry seeks to mimic and emulate the structural, functional, and biological properties of the tooth structure we're replacing. So we're basically just trying to mimic what Mother Nature gave us to begin with in our biomimetic restorations. And we can go to the next slide, please. Thank you. The importance of the ABD and why our movement is so important. And my story in terms of how I got involved in biomimetic dentistry, I'll just briefly tell you. Talking about Ray Bertolotti, in the 80s, one of my co-residents at UConn suggested I hear a lecture by Ray Bertolotti. And it was life-changing for me and career-changing for me. He basically, Ray, as many of you may know, brought adhesive dentistry from Japan to the United States in the early 80s. And based upon his teachings, we really found out how to differentiate a diseased tooth structure using caries detecting dye from healthy tooth structure. And Ray talks about tooth preservation versus tooth amputation. Again, trying to bring home the point that we really want to preserve as much healthy tooth structure as possible and not remove it and just get rid of the diseased part of the tooth. So that message was also conveyed to me by Marcus Blatz, who happens to be a prosthodontist and head of restorative sciences at Penn. And what he said, which I thought was very cogent, the minute you take a handpiece to a tooth is the beginning of the destruction of that tooth. So we all as dentists want to be very mindful about how we prepare teeth. We want to minimize the damage we do to teeth and preserve healthy tooth structure just by removing the diseased part of the tooth. And then that message was also brought home to me by Dave Alleman and Simone Della Peri, both of whom Mark and I have studied with in Utah and in Sardinia. And if you guys ever get a chance to study with them, many of you have already, we would highly recommend that you take advanced courses with those guys. And I just wanted to go into how, unfortunately, COVID-19 affected our year this year in biomimetic in the ABD. We had to postpone our event from Dallas in April of 2020 due to the COVID pandemic. We rescheduled it and postponed it to April of 2021. And Mark and Matt are going to go into that later. It's probably going to be some sort of hybrid event or maybe even a live event with virtual and live, depending upon what happens with the pandemic. And we will, in the ABD, keep you posted, and Matt and Mark are going to talk more about that. But I also just wanted to touch on a few ways that biomimetic dentistry fits in so well with current CDC guidelines. You know, as we all know, in biomimetic dentistry, we try to minimize aerosols. We use a rubber dam as much as possible with high-speed suction. We generally have shorter appointments. We're trying to do what's necessary. We're trying to take patients out of discomfort. And the CDC recommends that we really focus on these areas, just trying to do what's necessary and essential right now, minimizing chair time, and therefore minimizing the amount of people in the waiting room. So the ABD and biomimetic dentistry are really very focused on teaching us how to stay current with the CDC guidelines and continue in that vein. So staying bonded has never been as important with all of us and with our patients as it is now. So as I mentioned, Mark and Matt will talk about the 2021 conference. We're also going to talk about our upcoming webinar series, of which this is the first. We're pleased to announce the speakers for these webinars. We're going to have them at least one a month with really the leaders in biomimetic dentistry. It'll give you a taste of what our 2021 meeting is going to be about. And these webinars are going to focus mainly on case presentations, and our own president, Marc Lazare, is going to kick off the next one, which will be in early September. I believe he will show you the exact date. And basically, we want to also, in closing, focus on membership. We would love you guys to become active members of the ABD. We have various levels of membership. You choose the one you're more comfortable with. Matt will talk about the various levels of membership, being general members or advanced members, and the advantages of both levels. We seek to just train more dentists, spread the word so that more patients will know about biomimetic dentistry. Biomimetic dentistry really is going to be patient-driven, and the more patients we reach who are going to demand this kind of dentistry, we need more patients who are certified in biomimetic dentistry. We want to show patients who are actual trained biomimetic dentists, and that's why the ABD is so important. And we would love you guys to be more active in the ABD, to help us in committees and just to spread the word in the dental community and with the public at large. And there also, from what I understand, there's going to be a discount opportunity for people viewing this webinar for various membership levels, and Matt and Mark will talk more about that. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to welcome Marc Lazare, our current president. And I just want to tell you a little bit about him. I'm so proud of all the work he's done, not only in the programming, but I'll tell you, he's really a techie. He's really very impressive with that skill set as well. So he's the current president of the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry and a longtime member of the executive board of the ABD. He's a fellow in the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry, as well as a master in the Academy of General Dentistry. He received his BA from the University of Pennsylvania, where I went to dental school. He received his DDS from NYU College of Dentistry. He's an international lecturer on biomimetic dentistry and cosmetic dentistry, clinical attending at Northwell Hospital, and past instructor at NYU CD. He's the author of numerous peer-reviewed articles, including the Biomimetic Smile Makeover. He's the author of the book, Dr. Lazare's Guide to Biomimetic Dentistry and Smile Design, and he's a fellow Manhattanite who we practice 10 blocks away from each other, so we can wave to each other. And he's the founder of the Lazare Institute of Biomimetics and Smile Design. And as I mentioned, he's in private practice in Manhattan, in New York City. So it's my great privilege and honor to welcome Dr. Marc Lazare to guide us further in this webinar. Thank you. Go ahead, Marc, take it away.
Hey, Carla, can you unmute Mark?
All right, there we go. Saul, thank you so much. That was a great intro, great summary of biomimetics dentistry. Perfectly, you nailed it exactly. I am very humbled and privileged to be the new president of the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry. And I just want to tell everyone that the state of our academy has never, ever been stronger. And we have a lot of exciting, wonderful things to talk about tonight, and exciting announcements, exciting things to share. So without further ado, let's get into it. Basically, the future and vision of the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry is starting tonight. We are announcing our webinar series. And this webinar is going to mark the beginning of a brand new start for the ABD as we kind of merge into this new world where we're living in now. We have to be more wary and be able to figure out ways, creative ways to stay bonded. So not only through live presentations, but also through Zoom conferences such as these. And you know, we all acknowledge that the corona has impacted our lives to some extent. We're making us reassess exactly how we conduct business and how we connect with others. So, you know, we're trying to, as an academy, we're trying to be very fast adapting, and we're trying to prepare our future and figure out ways for all of us to stay connected. So I'd like to first, before we get into more details of the webinars, I want to announce, I'm very proud to announce our board of executive directors, our members of our board for 2020. So we have myself, and we have Saul, the president-elect. He's been our past president as well. We work very, very closely together, and we've been working very hard to bring in some amazing things. We're proud to welcome back Diane Caprio as our Vice President of Scientific Affairs. And we're also very happy to have Paul O'Malley as our Vice President of Membership. And Michael Haney, who's been our immediate past president, is staying on as our treasurer. And we're very happy to have some new blood on our board. Joseph Sutton, who Saul and I were just lucky enough to be able to take a course with Joseph Sutton in Sardinia under our mentors, David Alleman and Simone Della Peri. So we all just came back from Sardinia in September. I know Saul and I have both been there multiple times. And for those of you who haven't been there, we would highly recommend you taking courses with them. Sardinia is an amazing experience. So Joseph, we're very happy to have him with us. Fantastic, wonderful guy, and proud to be a part of it with him. We also have Teresa Monzun, Terry. She's been a longtime board member and friend to the Academy, and she's also our vendor liaison. So she'll be working closely with our vendors. This year, we plan to have some real tight relationship with vendors. We're going to have them sponsoring a number of our meetings, creating discounts for all of our members, and they will, you know, eventually, as we're doing these webinars, they will sponsor breakout rooms for our speakers, and it'll be some very interesting things that down the pike with our vendors. And they will have access to not only the core group, but perhaps hundreds, if not thousands, more people to reach out to, which means more discounts and connections for us. We also are very proud to have Charlie Rufinock still with us. He's a longtime board member and friend to us. And we have a couple more board members as well. Matt, let's go to the next slide. Jay Resnick and Jim Urbanback. Again, longtime friends to the Academy. Jim also was a frequent to Sardinia, and Jay's been fantastic in working with me, moving forward to have some sort of journal, biomimetic journal that we're going to be working with. So stay tuned for that. Matthew Miller is amazing, and you're going to hear him speak later on. You've heard him a little bit before. He's been with Mad Capper, and he's been working with our marketing and our website and bringing some amazing things to the table for us. I mean, really opening up new doors that it's been wonderful. And we saved the most amazing for last here, Carla Marshall. She's been our glue, keeping us all together. I mean, if we were all off on mute, we'd be hearing a round of applause. She's really wonderful, and I appreciate everything she's been doing for us. Let's continue. Okay, so let's talk about the future and the vision of the ABD. Okay, so we have our webinar series. Now let me just kind of draw a picture. We're going to be having a number of amazing speakers. Since we're on a webinar, we can bring them from all around the world. We have some people who have been very close friends of the Academy, people who have spoken with us in the past, and people who we've been dying to get coming to us in the future, but travel is sometimes a limitation. Travel is not a limitation anymore. So we can get everyone and anyone to come do these webinar series, and we already have the first several people committed to doing this. These webinar series are going to be about an hour and a half long. It's going to be about an hour of case presentations and followed by a half hour of questions and answers. And it's going to be just a nominal fee to be a part of this thing. Probably no more than $50, just a nominal fee. And it's going to be an amazing opportunity to hear these wonderful people from around the world and talk about topics that pertain exactly to us, to biomedical dentistry. So all the speakers that we're getting are not people, some random topics and discussions. These are people who are showing the core principles and techniques of biomedical dentistry. So I will be the guinea pig for the first one, because I want to make sure that we work out the kinks in our webinars. So I'm going to be the first one to go. It's going to be on Wednesday, September 2nd. So mark your calendars for that. I will be presenting several cases on biomedical dentistry, and I will show you a quick sample later on in this discussion so you know what to expect. Then we're going to have Matthew Najad from LA, who's going to be giving an amazing talk about a month later. We're going to have our talks for the people who are national. We're probably going to have the talks on the first Wednesday of each month. For people who are more international, we most likely will have it on a Saturday. So keep in tune with that, so this way it'll work for their time zone. The next speaker will be David Jerdol. He's inspiring. Saul and I met him several years back in Sardinia at the Alman Del Peri Center. And he was so inspiring that I started my teaching institute because of him. I promised him I would get him to speak in New York, and I arranged, created the whole institute just to bring him in, and flew him in, and he did an amazing job, truly inspirational, and so happy to have him talk with us. He does a lot of indirect restorations, but the real gem of his conversation is talking about isolation, which is extremely important in this day and age. He does beautiful, beautiful rubber dam isolation. Then we're going to have Simone Della Peri, who's going to he's going to be giving some talks. Simone Della Peri, for those of you who do not know who he is, I'm sure all of you do. He is literally the Da Vinci of dentistry. I mean, he does beautiful, beautiful work. And it's going to be a privilege to have him talk and show him cases. And we're going to probably do some live patient demos on the Zoom calls coming down the pike too. So a little sneak peek at what's in store. So it's going to be amazing. And I've already spoken to Simone and David Alleman, who'll probably be narrating Simone's live presentations, given all the references to the articles. So we got some amazing things coming down the pike. Well, let's go on to the next speakers. Pascal. I mean, I'm sure everyone knows who Pascal Mann is. He has been a true mentor to us, and he's going to be giving us a talk as well. So by then, hopefully, we will have these Zoom things down to a science. Now, one of the things that's going to be very fascinating and very interesting is that all of these people who are going to be speaking are going to promote us, the ABD, through all of their followers. Each one of these people have many followers. I know Pascal has like 41,000 followers. So we're going to see a large number of people coming in and offering them membership. So our membership is going to grow exponentially because of these webinars and because of these people, which means that we will be very strong and very vital. We'll be able to support future presentations, live presentations, and education of future doctors. We're going to have some amazing things down the pike. So we're going to hear from Pascal. We're going to hear from Gran Chez, who's been an amazing friend to the Academy. Saul and I just flew down to Washington before the whole shutdown and got to spend some time with him. He's got some amazing visions. In fact, the webinar series was a seed that came from a discussion with Grant. So, he's an amazing guy. We're looking forward to hearing him speak. Leandro Pereira is a gem coming out of Brazil. He does some great anterior reconstructions and layering techniques, biomimetic aesthetic layering techniques. Beautiful work. So very excited to have him. He's part of the bioemulation group with David Jerdol and Pascal. And also, as Saul mentioned, one of his mentors, and of course one of mine as well, Dr. Raymond Bertolotti. So hearing him speak, it's always a pleasure. He has so many great gems of wisdom to share with everyone. So having him speak is going to be a true honor as well. Let's continue. We also, of course, I mentioned David Alleman. David is, he's like the father of biomedical dentistry to us. I mean, he really created this amazing movement. And most of what we're doing is honoring his legacy for what he's helped to create there. So so working with him and Pascal and Simone and the whole group, it's been really, really wonderful. And it'll be very insightful to hear him speak. And Ali Reza, Sadr, he's an amazing guy. He's got some really, really, really wonderful, interesting perspectives on the way he presents dentistry and rib bond and operative dentistry. He's it's just a tomography. This computerized tomography. It's a really wonderful perspective. I've heard him lecture before. In fact, I was getting ready to speak for my presentation, and I'm hearing him speak, and I was modifying my talk as I'm listening to him, and I actually quickly downloaded a picture of him and updated my thing so I can have a slide that quotes him, because he was inspiring. As I'm listening to him speak, I'm like, I have to just quote him already. That was my first time listening to him. So he's an amazing speaker, and he's from University of Washington. Wonderful guy. So that's just the start of it. We have many more speakers to come. We'll be asking other people from around the world, and that's just the start of it. Okay, so let's talk about other things with these webinars. Like I said before, we're going to eventually give CE credits for these things in the beginning. It's just a nominal fee because we're not offering CE credits in the beginning, but once we get the ball rolling, we will be having CE credits for these courses. We'll be having sponsors sponsor the breakout rooms with questions and answers. We'll be having great relations with vendors. So we have a lot of things that are in the works right now. So let's continue, Matt. Okay, talking about membership. Membership is a huge, huge aspect of our goals for this upcoming year, but we're tying it in with the webinars. Like I mentioned before, each person who is a part of the webinars is going to support our webinars. So each person is going to advertise the other speakers. So everyone involved is going to advertise each other. And that's how we're going to get the ball rolling. We're going to meet a whole new audience of people. And each person, and just as we're offering you guys tonight, anyone who's not a member already tonight, most people who are with us tonight are members. Whoever is not a member will get the ability to sign up for the Academy at a discounted price if you sign up within 24 hours from tonight's meeting. And we will offer that again at future meetings. So people will have the ability to become a member at a discounted price right after our webinar talks. And we have a nice membership committee, and we're focusing on membership growth. Okay, next slide. Another fantastic thing that we'd love to announce, this is the first time we have this together, and it's a real privilege to announce our first group of scientific advisors to the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry. And we have an amazing group of 8 individuals who have agreed to become our scientific advisors. So first we have Dr. Pascal Mann, who I mentioned before, again, an amazing mentor to the group and one of the key influencers. In fact, he's going to be our keynote speaker for 2021 conference. Dr. David Alleman, our father of biomedical dentistry, he's, again, you can't have anyone better as a scientific advisor. He's put together all the literature that biomedical dentistry is based on, and it's just a privilege. Simone Delaperi, again, Da Vinci. I mean, he's amazing. I've learned so much from him, hands-on courses. It's definitely amazing. Dr. Tagami, he was our keynote speaker the other year, and he's published more articles in dentistry than almost anyone else I've ever met or heard of. He's truly amazing, and the fact that he's going to be our advisor, and he's based in Japan, and he'll be a part of us and talk to us and guide us. It's a privilege and a pleasure. And Dr. Ali Reza Sadr, again, amazing amazing clinician and researcher, and he's just brilliant. Dr. Najad, he's become a real friend, and he's a great lecturer. He has some amazing hands-on courses. I would highly recommend that you guys take his courses as well. You can learn a lot. I mean, he's a great new mind, and he's been a mentor. Actually, he's been a disciple of both Pascal and David Alleman. So he brings a nice marriage of both camps together. And Dr. Ray Bertolotti, again, what can we say? I mean, he's an amazing, amazing mentor to all of us and a wonderful addition for our scientific advisors. And we have to finish this with Dr. David Rudo. He is the inventor of Ribbon. He is amazing. He's such a great guy. He's been a loyal friend to us since the very beginning. He's there for everything, and he's there for anyone. Again, when we went to, Saul and I went to Washington, we had a fantastic dinner with Dr. Rudo and Dr. Sauter and Dr. Shez. We've had, they're a great group from Washington, and it wouldn't be the same without Dr. Rudo. So very happy to have this group together for our scientific advisors. All right, next slide. Okay, so as you see, we've been positioning ourselves to handle any global situation. So things happen in this world out of our control. We don't know what's going to happen, but we were actually set up for being ready for 2021 before the 2020 conference. We had, for the first time in our history, we're so excited, so frustrating that things got canceled and things happened the way it did, because a year and a half, our record, a year and a half before the 2021 meeting, it was already planned and booked. We had the speakers locked in, we had the sponsors, we had the layout in Los Angeles, we had the rooms, we had the contract, we had everything all set. And then this thing hit. And it's a tough thing. So we do have our speaker lineup. Let's go to the next slide. I'll show you who's going to be speaking. Back on the next slide there. Okay, so for our 2021 conference, now it may still happen. We don't know. Things can change, especially after election time. Who knows? Things can change really quick. But assuming we're able to have it in the physical location, our keynote speaker is going to be Pascal Mann, and we're going to have Matthew Najad speaking on indirect restorations, and Simone de la Perry speaking on direct biomimetic reconstructions. We're actually going to have a nice little panel between the two of them talking about indirect and direct restorations, most likely with even David Alleman, as a mediator between the two. We'll have Leandro Pereira speaking on interior reconstructions and layering, and David Alleman would give our introduction to biomedical dentistry the Thursday before our course. Ali Reza Sadr would be giving a talk as well, along with Grant Shez and Ray Bertolotti. So we have some amazing speakers planned. If for some reason this is not going to happen in person, then we will do this online. We'll figure out a way to make it happen. And it may be a hybrid of both, as Saul and Carla mentioned. Basically, we may have a core group of people coming together in a nice socially distanced way, but we can still have the same personal connection and bring things to people who can't make the trip or can't travel. Or perhaps if someone is a remote speaker, bring them on the screen while everyone else is live. But we'll have to figure it out as it comes to, but we do have the location set. Carla has the contract in hand. Everyone is already done. The date is already set. It's going to be for, April, 18th, 19th for 2021. It's just a wait and see. We're waiting on guidelines from the CDC and the government. So it's out of our control, but we're ready to go. All right, next slide. Okay, so we mentioned a few things that are pretty big news. This is something else that's fantastic that I'd love to share with you. Our board is very excited for this. We've been working on this for a couple of years now. We are all set, and we're rolling out an official certification, official way to certify someone as a biomimetic dentist, okay? Because what's happening, and what I've seen happen, are people hear about biomedical dentistry and try to hop on the bandwagon. Patients hear about it and ask their dentist, do you practice biomedical dentistry? The dentist doesn't want to lose a patient, so they say, of course I do. Or holistic dentists will say that that's part of what we do. Or minimally invasive dentists say, yes, that's what we do. It's not the same if you're not using the right protocols and techniques and materials as we do. We all know that. So it's very, very important that we have a standard of which to judge someone as a true biomimetic dentist. So we've created an official certification process. So people will take a special written exam based on the literature of biomedical dentistry. They will, of course, sign a certain pledge. They will be a member in good standing. They will, have taken a certain number of CE credits by our, and the CE credits have to be approved by the ABD. For example, if you're taking a course by at the ADC with David Alleman or Simone Del Perry, you're taking a course with Pascal or with Matt Nujad or Ray Berlotti, you're taking a course with any of these fantastic speakers, these will qualify as CE credits towards your official certification. And they will also qualify you towards our fellowship track. So the second thing we want to mention is not just an official certification to be called a biomimetic dentist, but we have a fellowship track available now for anyone who wants to elevate their status and continue along their education, take it to a whole higher level. Now, we do have our first group of fellows that have worked its way through the academy. Among them are myself and Paul O'Malley and Saul Pressner. And now that we are fellows, we are going to serve as mentors. So basically anyone who becomes a fellow in the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry will become a mentor to help guide everyone else on the fellowship track toward achieving their fellowship. Okay, so we will help each other out. You'll be assigned a new person who's going for the fellowship track. The fellowship, there's also an exam that has to be taken. So we have an exam based on the literature, and what's really cool is we have the exam written, and it's now on the site, and we have all the literature that the questions are based on are referenced on the exam, and it's on the website. So anyone who is an advanced standing member of the Academy will have access to all of these articles to help you study for the exam, and you will then take the so you'll have the exam done, you'll take the CE courses, whether it's at the ADC or with one of the other mentors, and you'll qualify for the fellowship. And then we will have you present your case presentations to our board, our fellowship board. These case presentations are going to be, I'm going to give you a sample of these presentations. Now I have a template so Paul O'Malley is one of our board members, the vice president of membership. He created these templates. So we've been working very closely with Paul to make it almost dummy proof, to just drop in your pictures that you've taken of your cases and create these templates. And these templates will represent, in these case presentations, will represent all the aspects of biomedical dentistry. So for example, we'll have samples of direct and indirect reconstructions, samples of anterior and posterior reconstructions, how to handle cracked teeth, class 5 restorations, deep margin elevation, bio-based reconstructions, deep caries excavations, working on vital and non-vital teeth and utilizing ribbon. We have many different things, so we have templates for all of this. And that will be presented, and then assuming you've achieved all the criteria, you'll be considered a fellow. On the website, which Matt will go over about search for a biomimetic dentist, which is another fantastic aspect of the Academy. If you are a certified biomimetic dentist, it will be flagged as such. So patients or people who are searching for you will see how you stand out among everyone else who claims to be a biomimetic dentist. If you are a fellow in the Academy, again, it will be highlighted. So this is a very important way to elevate your status and people to recognize your level of commitment to the ABD. Okay, let's go over a sample case. Okay, now I'm not going to go into this case in detail tonight. When we have our talk in a few weeks on September 2nd, when I give my presentation, I will be the first presenter. I'm presenting probably about 7 or 8 case presentations. They're going to be very similar to this. I'm just giving you a little teaser to show you what it's going to look like and what the templates look like for fellowship, so you get to see. And once these templates are complete and people have demonstrated that they have proficiency in these various cases, they will be uploaded to the website. And I've actually already submitted about 8 of mine to the website already, and everyone will submit their cases. So we'll have a library of case presentations on the website. So we'll have on the website, we're gonna have a library case presentations. We'll have all these Zoom lectures recorded and on the website. We're gonna have past live lectures on the website. We're gonna have all the literature on the website. We're gonna have a library of everything and anything you could think of on this website. It's a great resource for everyone. So this is just an example. First, you're gonna decide which case you're gonna be discussing. So here we're discussing stress-reduced maxillary lateral direct biomimetic reconstruction. So I took an anterior tooth that's broken down, and I'm showing how we're gonna reconstruct it. What we always do is we start off by taking an x-ray of the tooth. And if there's, if you have a picture of the tooth in occlusion, great. I mean, here obviously it's broken down, there's no occlusion for this tooth. But you're gonna take pictures before you start. Next shot. And you're gonna take some, clinical photos also of what you're starting with. And you're gonna just mention to the left, so saying, this is a X-age woman or man, and if it's a non-vital or vital tooth, just some basic information. Let's go to the next slide, please. So then you're gonna demonstrate your proficiency with isolation. I mean, whether you're using an isolite or a rubber dam, but as long as you show you have a knowledge of isolation and that you're utilizing the proper isolation. And we have different techniques, which this case we'll go into in detail. It's kind of a fascinating case. And we'll go into it next time. Just again, showing the process from start to finish as we're reconstructing this tooth. Next slide. We're showing how we're rebuilding. We're showing layering techniques. We're showing, reconstructing the contacts. Let's keep going. We're showing the bonding techniques. We're showing the rib bond use, and creating the DEJ with rib bond. We're showing the layering techniques. Let's continue showing, the dentin replacement techniques. And then we're gonna show the continuation of that. Let's keep going until we get to the final result, and you'll see the end result of the picture. Next one. And then you have the finished result there. And then after you have the finished result, you're going to show the final x-ray, if you have that, the final x-ray of the tooth. Let's go into that picture. And there you go. So we'll go into this case in detail. This is actually a fascinating case. Saul and I were in Sardinia learning this from Simone de la Peri. And literally the week I came back after he taught me this technique, I jumped right in and did it. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you guys to take these hands-on courses, do these lectures, to see these case presentations so you see what's possible, and shift the way you're thinking so you know that these are teeth that can be saved. And that's our goal. So what I'd like to do now is turn this talk over to Matthew Miller. He's going to go over the website and all the details about it and all the marketing that we could do to help you promote yourself as a biomedic dentist. Don't forget to stay for the promotion code at the end so you can get your discounts on the membership to biomedic dentistry. And of course, feel free to chat and ask any questions, and I'll stay at the end to answer. Thank you.
Bravo, Mark. That was great. Everyone's clapping. The virtual clap. Now I'm going to turn my camera on here just for a second, and then I'm going to have to turn it off. Oh, look at that. Carla did a virtual clap. I like that. I see that on there. So I'm going to just basically share my screen and kind of go through these 4 points right here. Hopefully you guys can still see my screen. If you can't, it says website, find a biomimetic dentist. It says membership levels and accreditation levels. Carla and myself will be monitoring the chat as we go through, because I'm going to be going kind of quickly, hopefully, right? So we can get everyone out of here to and I want to answer as many questions as I can. A lot of the frequently asked questions explaining what we have at our fingertips and how you can utilize all of our tools even better to help you get out there more, right? And do more biomimetic dentistry. So I'm just going to X out of this for a second. Can you still see my screen? I don't think so. So I'm going to stop my share and I'm going to reshare here while I go full frame. I'm going to bring you over to another screen here. All right, and you should be seeing my screen again. Can someone give me a thumbs up? All right, great. Thanks a lot. So I had to go to this Google Chrome browser so that I can actually show you this stuff. I'm going to be covering the website first. So let's pop over into a new tab here, and let's go to the Academy of Biomimetic Dentistry.org. There's a lot of stuff here on our website, but one of the most important things that I want everyone to be utilizing is the search function. We get a lot of traffic to our website, and I need everyone who's a current member to have a fully optimized listing. And I'm going to explain what that is here in a second. Since we have New York City in the house, right here on the homepage, this is the first thing you see when you come to the homepage. Right here, it says find a biomedic dentist. So if I type in New York and I click that because I'm looking for a biomedic dentist in New York, let's just say, it's going to then take me to the database of all of our biomedic dentists. And this database is very, you know, hopefully it's very easy to use. We get a lot of our dentists and members get calls from this database. And I just want everyone to make sure that they are fully utilizing it because it's a really great feature. You can have we're going to have different filters here on the left-hand side and side, and slowly but surely, we're going to make even more things available. So if someone wants to see who's an accredited member only, they can filter that. If someone wants to see who's a fellow member, they can see that. What languages? I know we've got Philippines in the house. We've got some Tagalog going on, and we've got a whole bunch of, we've got French. This is new. I think we added French for Dr. Saul Pressner. Just for you, Saul, we did that for you. Because if you didn't know, Dr. Saul Pressner, he speaks French. And then let's just take a look at how these things are lining up in New York City. So these are our New York biomedic dentists. And if you notice here, we've got Dr. Marc Lazare and Dr. Saul Pressner, who are actually on the call today. Their listings bubble up to the top. Why do they bubble up to the top? Because they are advanced members. And I'm going to be showing you exactly what comes with being an advanced member in a little bit. They also have a little blue tag right there. That means they're a paid member. And they also have their accreditation tag right here, which these other people don't. Actually, Olga has signed the pledge. She's a general member. And it looks like Dr. Mary Kang has signed the pledge as well. And she is a general member as well. And I'll show you where that is. And right now we've got Dr. Newman, who I don't know if he's on the call or not. He has not signed the pledge. Dr. Joseph hasn't, Dr. Michelle hasn't. So if you're on this call or watching this recording, please make sure you pop on over to the accreditation page and sign the pledge. It's free. And then if you want to become an accredited member or a fellow, those are the upgrades. Now, since I'm talking about those things, let's just pop over there. So I'm going to go over here to the top area right here. I'm going to click on dentist. I'm going to pop down into certification program. Did I say that right? Certification program. And I'm going to jump into that section right here. These are the 3 levels of certifications that we now have. I mean, we worked hard on this. And kudos again, Dr. Lazare and Dr. O'Malley. You guys did a great job putting this together, or actually telling us what to do. I mean, you're the brainchild. We just pushed all the buttons for you. So right here, if you guys haven't done this, please jump on in here and sign the pledge. It's free and it gives you an extra badge on your listing, which I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. Here's our accreditation level right here. It's a 50-question test. It's built into the website. It's open book. You can take it as many times as you need to take it. Once you pass it, now you get another badge on your listing. And then the fellowship certification, this is 100 questions. It's built into the website. And now you get even more letters behind your name, right? And I know everyone wants that. So let me just pop back on over to the previous page so I can show you what it looks like on someone's listing. I'm going to pull up Dr. Marc Lazare because he did a great job at optimizing his listing. So I'm going to click on Dr. Marc Lazare right here and take a look at what he did on his listing. He's got his badges right here, which really catches the eye of people. And this is all marketing stuff, right? So if someone's coming here to check you out, hopefully they're going to pick up the phone and give you a call or email you, which they can do right now with these buttons on top of the web page. And this looks great on mobile too. He did a great job adding all of this bio to his listing. And as you can see down here, he's got his languages that he speaks and all of his social media listings. So if you guys haven't, guys and gals, haven't optimized your listing, please go ahead and do that. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to show you. If you go under dentists and you go to how-to videos for members right here and you click on that, it will take you to a page where yours truly has made a few how-to videos, and this will help you out, like update your profile, correctly setting up your ABD profile. So there's a couple really helpful videos there that can help you out. Now I want to jump into the membership. Let me just check. Hey, Carla, do we have any questions that came in case I need to answer any?
You're doing good. Keep it going.
All right, I'm going to jump into the membership. So if I go under dentist and I go join the Academy, if anyone on here isn't a member yet, I'm going to be giving a coupon code here at the end of the call. Just hang on tight, where you can save actually $100 on your first year as a member. So hopefully that will help you out. Your basic membership right here is $295 a year. We haven't raised the price in, I think, forever, 5 years, and there are no plans on raising the price. The main thing that comes, the main value that comes with your basic membership, it really is that Find a Biomimetic Dentist search database. So really optimize that listing. If you need any help, feel free to reach out to me through the website and look at those videos, because we get a lot of traffic and I want to get you more patients, right? So you do have that Find a Biomimetic Dentist, then you going to have all of these other features and benefits as well. The advanced membership, what we're going to be adding to the advanced membership, what we already have is some marketing materials that we have created and that you can license. And for all of you advanced members on the call here, I see a bunch of you. Thank you very much for being an advanced member. I appreciate that. And basically in the past, what we've done for advanced members is we've given marketing materials, because education is the key for getting people to understand what the heck this biomimetic dentistry really is. I mean, what is biomimetic dentistry? It's something that needs to be explained and over and over and over. So hopefully these educational videos and marketing materials can help you. But what is also going to be coming with the advanced memberships in the future are all recordings of future webinars that we're going to be promoting once a month with all the top minds. You will be able to buy them one-off as we move forward, but the recordings will live in the website, so you can log in and watch them whenever you want, forever, as long as you're an advanced member. I believe that's going to be another value and another perk that comes with the advanced membership. Now I'm going to jump back over to my slides here so I can stay on track a little bit. Okay, I've kind of covered everything I needed to talk to you about the website. If you have any questions about anything when it comes to the search, the memberships, the accreditations, please let me know. The coupon code for the $100 savings is going to be the word biomimetic. And I'm going to extend this through Saturday, because today's Wednesday, to give people a couple days. If the recording goes out so people can watch it and they want to take advantage of that. So to save $100 on year one membership, either on the basic or the advanced, just use the coupon code biomimetic. If for whatever reason that doesn't work, which it definitely should, just pop on over to the ABD website, go to contact us, and you can text me directly, or you can email me and Carla directly right here on the email form. And when I say text, this phone right here gets texted right to our phone, so you can reach us that way as well. And I know we're communicating with a lot of people that way as well. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing now and go full screen. And just want to say thank you very much, everyone, for jumping in. And I want to turn it over to Carla to take on our questions and answers and see if anyone wants to say anything. And once again, everyone, it was great seeing all the friendly faces. I appreciate it. And great job, Dr. Pressner and Dr. Lazare. Let's make a great webinar series for everyone moving forward. And hopefully we get hundreds and hundreds of people joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. A round of applause. Great work. You all